Awhile is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1.
The second one seed to hit the table on this Tuesday comes your way tonight, and this guy, he's had the bot layoff has been long for everyone, but it's been even longer for Nick, who unfortunately didn't get to play in round one, and will look to try and knock off some serious rust tonight against Ghost, who dispatched Abion in that 8-9 game last week. We welcome you to the ticket region in our final game of the night on day 2 of the Turbo 32. It's the top seed in the ticket region. Nick taking on the 8 seed Ghost. Again, like I mentioned, 4-1 to Ghost over Abion in the 8-9. And Nick, unfortunately, gets the forfeit win over Camaro and will play his first match of the tournament. Been waiting a long time for this one, almost a month at this point. And on the other side, you will see Lamas and Caesar streaming live at 3 tomorrow afternoon, them taking care of Jenna and Evan, respectively. So we will have a Super 16 matchup set up by tomorrow evening. And we got a good one here in store for you. Tail of the tape between these two. Obviously, the 1-0 record in the tournament for Nick with the forfeit 4-1 to Ghost. And this is Ghost's 10th round 2 appearance, Nick's 9th, and the CPU predicting Nick in a 6-gamer. This is number 3 versus 22 in the top 25. So we got a ranked showdown for you tonight. We welcome you in to the table alongside Yoshi. I am not sure. Appreciate you all joining us tonight. And Yoshi's coming in hot here is Ghost, coming off a strong win against Abion and what you'd think is a coin flip type of game, 8-9. He was dominant. And you have Nick on the other side now, who is dominant in his own right, but he has been waiting almost a month to play, like since we initially started this tournament, so maybe even longer than that, to add on to the fact. Just how do you think that rust plays? Do you think that rust plays a lot into this series for Nick, or do you think he's going to kind of shake it off and run it early on?
Well, yeah, I think Nick is that type of player. Doesn't need to practice all the time. I think he kind of knows what his game plan is, and he just executes it, hoping he gets the cards to make it happen. I feel like against players that he knows how their play style, he's definitely like more confident against. And generally, I feel like the rust may come maybe the only I think I could see it affecting game 1 potentially. Just making sure you're back. Just making sure in your head you feel like you're back into it, making sure that everything feels right. And then after that, I think whether he wins or loses, he'll understand what he's got to do in order to take Ghost down, because Ghost is gonna definitely play quick. I mean, Nick is, I feel like he's been playing a lot of different kinds of players, so this will be interesting. Like, these are both of these players I've actually played before, so obviously we know what happened with me and Nick last tournament, but um, we're still in the best of sevens for now, and because it was best of nine in the round 32 last time, and now, but it's still best of seven now. We'll see if that makes any that takes any effect into this one. But yeah, like this could be a really good match. I hope it is, because I know what these players can do. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and of course, to bring up the previous meeting that was in March Madness 2024, Nick pulling a 12/5 upset. Again, that March seeding is just everything thrown out the window with how that March seeding was all, Nick being part of that massive rookie class. I mean, he's a legend now. So many of them are, and yeah, but we'll see if Ghost can get some retribution for that as well here tonight. Both, I believe, are going to type. I'll start with Nick. Nick, obviously, it's been a long wait for you, perpetuated as well by the unfortunate forfeit win in round one. What are you really looking at here to try and knock off the rust? How do you get off on the right foot with that extra layoff on your side up against Ghost? And Ghost, for you, how much? Or I guess he's not in the VC anymore. Damn it. I thought he was in the VC.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. He must have left like during the intro.
Maybe he had to jump out for some. Oh, there he is. All right, hi Ghost. Yeah, just opening question for you, Ghost. Thoughts on going up against Nick? Obviously, well established over the last year or so, and thoughts on now? He's had a long layoff between his last game and now was added on with that forfeit win in round one. How do you use that? How do you use that into your advantage? Having that game first match under your belt last week. Didn't even notice him either. Nick said, "I'm not used to there being long layoffs from how my 2024 went. Just happy to be back on the table." For Ghost, it's nice to have this full circle moment as he was my very first opponent in MRE, so it should be fun to see how this plays out, seeing how it's been like 2 years now. Unfamiliar.
Oh, yeah, Ghost didn't even realize he
Yeah.
disconnected.
Yeah, if you need me to repeat the
Um,
question, I can, but
yeah. When you play someone from a you play someone, it's nice to see how things are change going into the next encounter. Like especially, you don't. It's not as fun to play to rematch someone when it's in the same season, but you kind of that kind of goes away when if it's like 1 or 2 years pass. So
yeah. A big full circle moment for him. Nick looking for his sixth win on the year. I don't think he'll be teaching me anything like he did in 2024 when he taught me how to call out.
that is the classic Ghost thing, you know.
Eh,
He loves to
how
catch
far
you
you've
sleeping
come,
on
Nick.
that.
How far you've come. Goodness. See what Ghost says, and then, of course, this is for those who are tapping in for the first time, it is a best of seven. The best of nine round twos are only for T1, as Yoshi mentioned, that format. Um, so we'll see how it turns out. Let's pull the region up here. Yeah, we only had in this ticket region. We've only had one upset special in round one. That was Sting over Cody Smart. He did lose to Monkey though. Um, yesterday, and that on the other side of the bracket we do have it is a sectional final as it's titled for this 3-game guarantee format, but it's also regional semi for the ticket region as a whole between Monkey and Brad as he upset Nam last night in 7. So that will be one of the regional semis, and then Nam and Sting will play each other in the third place game for the sectional. Ghost saying to call it to me is a straight up skill check for my opponent. So easy, but people just don't do it. Yeah, like I said, he's come a long way. But just one more revived match to play on the other side of the ticket, as well with Abian and Evan. Who?
Yeah,
Evan
I
falling
think
to
it depends
Caesar.
on. I think with Ghost Point, it depends on the situation. Like if you're doing power play, like and you just type very fast, like you're
Yeah.
sometimes you're just not going to be ready for it. Like, but I understand if it's like, oh, um, I understand if it's like, oh, I'm at Uno, but I don't want you to know that I'm at Uno.
Right.
Then yeah, you should keep track of that. But
Yeah, the fastest in the West, as we call him. Shout out Boss, of course, on that one. California looking to try and get win number 3 on the season. If he's still answering my initial question, or okay, yeah, here we go. Honestly, I'll admit it's a bit daunting since I'm going up against a very formidable opponent after one win. Although I feel like I have a good bit of momentum going in with a confident win last match, looking to ride that wave and get myself some wins. All right. Well, Nick, including a forfeit win there, including that one, will look for win number 6 on the season tonight, and Ghost looks for win number 3. So, and of course, the loser will play in that third place sectional game against the loser between Caesar and Lamas tomorrow afternoon. Enough of the preamble. It's too much preambling. We're gonna get started here. Daniel Voiles is our ref. He'll be putting everything down for us, and Nick
ooh,
over here gonna start with a G1 sender. Let's see what we get here off the top.
this is the type of thing both of these players would do, honestly. Starting
Underway
off with the
with
full
a
send.
blue 8. Yeah, it really doesn't surprise me, but Ghost could also go low in his home stand. We'll see what we see here as we're going to open up with a 1. And these could go by you in a blink of an eye. We'll see how much Nick wants to control the pace here against Ghost, because we know Ghost is going to be right on top. And you can already see he's typing before Nick's even sent the next command in. Did order 6, and Ghost was ready to switch it to red.
Yeah, it's like he pre-types a color switch. It's like, well, how does he even do that? Well, that's just
Yeah.
it's just really funny. Like
Uh,
usually you pre
oh,
oh
well,
I think he meant
that's
the
not
red
there.
3.
Red 3, yep.
He meant the red 3.
He did mean the red
But
3. Skull emoji indeed. We're already on it. And that could be the one thing that can come back to bite you, Yoshi, about Ghost Styles, that if if you're too quick with it and you throw up a card, like say Nick didn't play a blue 6 at that point and he sends the red 6, and that gives up a card in your hand, because the bot will yell if it's a card you have in your hand that you can't play. It
and
didn't yell there because he didn't have it.
and yeah, I mean I don't want to say it, but I mean if you type too fast and you accidentally type Uno power play,
Oh.
you're just gonna have to take that, Like that's just something that you have to keep in mind. Oh yeah, the bot was a little
The
laggy
little
there,
bot
but
lag made it funky right there.
yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where you sometimes it's just good to make sure you type the right thing.
Yeah,
Um, especially when you use up your power play when you don't mean
yeah,
to, because that will just completely change the course of the
yeah. You have
series.
to
But
absolutely make sure you're aware of what you're doing, as we are rocking and rolling in yellow off that 3 switch. Checking
the
the
high tier
table, and
numbers,
yeah, a lot of numbers, no ammo used yet, but half off special, and Ghost
Yeah.
finds a way over to red again.
I think we know what these two players like to do, like if holding on to their ammo, but then striking when they feel the time is right. I mean, it doesn't always have to be at the end, but sometimes that's usually what ends up happening. But okay, but Nick trying to be calculated with these switches, he finds this undercut into blue, but Ghost denies it.
Ooh. Back over to red with the wild. We're even at 6. Still not a single ammo card played yet. That's the first non-number card we've seen the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, Nick might have to think about, does he want to start using some ammo, or is he going to try and play the patient game? I think that's what he's deciding between right now.
Be loading something up here.
Yeah, there's a +4.
+4, interesting.
Didn't want to risk a potential run. Maybe didn't want to draw, didn't feel comfortable drawing there, just wanted to see if he can get the win without.
We have not had a self draw yet, so that is, you can't blame him for that, Yoshi, because it's been smooth sailing for both. Nobody's been stuck in the mud yet.
Yeah, like no ammo's been thrown out, so you may think about, okay, you might just have a run to the finish.
It's been flowing in every color. Although we haven't really seen any.
There's still one color we haven't seen, yeah. Oh, hold on. Oh my god. Okay, just looking to completely change the game here, giving Nick a bunch of cards. Yeah. Now forcing Nick to readjust from his initial plan, and we'll see how this pays off. Now, the problem is if Nick finds that weak color, he can definitely take advantage of this just with the amount of cards he has. So we'll have to see if he can do that, or if Ghost is going to have to force Nick into guessing to the point where he can find a finish. +2, yeah. Might as well bridge the gap because you were 10 cards behind and now you're only 6.
Have been thrown by that, +12, I think we had there. Still ahead by 7.
Yeah, I mean, still a long way to go, but sometimes you just got to start playing the numbers again, because at this point you got to find the draw city. But for now, Ghost is able to play off the switch into blue. Still, I mean, there's still some room for Nick. I mean, 6 cards. You don't know, but you wouldn't think he has a run at least right now. Although it's Ghost. But he's gonna have to draw here, so finds the opportunity for Nick to claw back. Looks like he's typing, maybe looking to either play a card he just got or drawing again. Blue 2. Wow. That might have been a top deck.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if that was a top deck, but that is a big move, honestly. Nick is just going to go back to blue, maybe trying to hope that he can't play off this blue. We'll have to see. Should be the right move here, but yeah, it looks like it was almost a bait play. That is interesting. I wonder what Ghost got off that draw. Maybe he got a card that made that connection, so then he felt comfortable using the +4. That's my thought.
Any truth to that one? Yeah, got the blue reverse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So now, yeah, that gave you the opportunity. So like, if he went back to blue, then yeah, you covered that option. I mean, yeah, that's a tough situation because the only thing Nick could have done was switch to yellow, but obviously that is hindsight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Nick, I don't think there's really much you could have done to fight against that. I mean, he kind of did bait you there. He could have stayed red, but he had the path either way at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, had the path. Yeah, nothing you can do. That's what I figure.
Yeah, no, he Ghost played well into making that a tough read. Like even if Nick had the option to switch into yellow, it was really hard to tell what Ghost didn't have in that moment. So yeah, no, yeah, like I said, the like switching to green, or switching it to green, switching it to blue, or keeping it red, the same outcome happens. So
Yeah.
really, it was very unlikely Nick had a path to come back from that unless he had a +4, which even then, like you would think switching into blue, he wouldn't have the cards on blue, but he ended up getting the blue reverse. Kind of fortunate on his end there.
Exactly that. Well, we'll see what he wants for game two. Still be free board. Gonna keep it high, 14.
Yeah, no, not looking to run it back, which makes sense because you don't wanna take the risk of kicking yourself knowing if you drop both games at the same card start. So you want to stick it high, but you don't want to do the exact same number.
Sportsmanship between the two, and Nick's gonna go first turn, switch to red. Still switching on the sixes. It's
Yeah.
could be a troubling sign. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I have been noticing that color specifically has been a color you switch on for
Oh
these
yeah,
two
now
players
it's
as
a really
he
bad sign.
Well, I mean there's a possibility we get a yellow six to make the rainbow, but no, we're not gonna get that. We're gonna switch a little bit more than last game, it seems, as Ghost goes back in the green. And oh my god, we go back into red. Okay. We just got this trifecta of the green, the blue, and the red, just switching with throughout each color.
Double play there
There's
with
our
the
double
reverse.
pull. Yeah, one of the few instances of an ammo card being used early here. Just trying to maybe get a little bit of a lead, but Nick is gonna respond. Okay, we have another switch. Nick gonna get into blue. That would be really funny.
It's like the start of the game, but upside
Okay.
down. No, we're staying green.
All right, I think the switching is going to stop unless Ghost finds a 7, but no, he's
It's a
actually
plus
going to
two.
+2. It'll be interesting
Big
to see how
leverage play
that.
potentially.
Yeah, but we'll see. That could be a big wrench in Nick's plans, or maybe that could have helped him. Maybe he got some good
Ooh,
cards, but he goes into blue. One turn late. I was one turn late to call that one.
exactly.
Look, let's see here. They're both getting low. I mean, not super low, but considering that we haven't been on one of these colors yet, it is interesting. We're gonna stick it out with blue. Will we find another switch? No? Okay. We're gonna keep it blue. Trying to run it down. Ghost gets gets a little trigger happy on the switches and is now forced to draw.
Six all now. Nick can take the PA, and he will.
Yeah. Interesting play there. Maybe trying to see if he gets a switch off the 8, and
Oh,
he
he
does.
does. Dead heat on green now.
Yeah, Nick technically with the lead now. I wonder if that switch is actually going to help Nick here. Oh, wow, he's actually going to go
Oh,
into blue.
what? Oh,
But
but
Ghost with the
Ghost
+4 save.
undercuts.
Yeah, I think he needed to do that. That wild blue felt like almost a check, the way, in my opinion. So, better not to risk it in that moment. But yeah, our first instance of yellow. And yeah, and +4ing into yellow makes sense because, you would expect Nick to have some yellow if none has been played yet. So all kind of lines up well. We'll see if Nick has a response from this +4. Could definitely see one, but
Ooh,
oh,
ooh.
okay. So now you wonder, was that the plan that Nick wanted before he got +4? Unfortunately,
Oh,
he's
he's
gonna
getting
get
paid.
6 extra cards,
Oh,
maybe
oh
even
my
more.
goodness.
Okay,
Note the
rainbow.
comeback,
Yeah, that's the rainbow +2.
but it's
Hold
not
on.
even done
We'll,
yet.
yeah, well, we might get another +2. Okay, no, we're not.
Nope. All right.
But
21
yeah, let's
card
let that come back
comeback
now.
territory for Nick.
All right, just to type it out. But yeah, like, okay, there you go. Yeah, I'll let you get that one. So I I'm curious. Well, he doesn't have to answer obviously, but that
Yeah.
wild
Well,
blue play makes me think that Nick might have had that +2 chain ready to go if he didn't +4, and he forced that out of him,
yeah.
and now he's at 21
It goes
cards.
back to blue again.
Oh my god! And
The
it
ghost
is
is
gonna work.
iced. Now he can chip
Yeah,
away.
that was the safe play. I mean, now you have the numbers to play. You got to play them to the best of your ability here. I mean, I would assume he has mostly numbers, which is usually a good thing. But if Ghost just gets some good top decks, that's where it kind of falls apart. As Ghost gets to switch into red.
Definitely so.
Yeah, these switches are going to be very important for Ghost now that he kind of has exposed his lack of blue. Now forcing Nick to kind of think about, should I just keep it on the red, or do I switch into something else?
Ooh,
He's gonna
goes
switch into green.
green. Speaking it into
Okay.
existence.
Yeah, no. Sometimes when I say something, when I make a point, it kind of like I kind of am able to talk to finish my thought by saying something that I wasn't actually gonna say, but it's flowing really well, so it sounds like I was gonna say it. Ooh,
Ooh, yellow.
okay, this is interesting. Yellow is definitely the color that Nick is probably most afraid of, for good reason. I feel like a lot of eights. Let me see. How many eights are left? Yeah, there's 2 8s left in the deck. Um, so realistically, Nick is probably gonna have to find something where might have to use an ammo card if he thinks that he needs yellow to finish. Um, or maybe trying to call a bluff. Maybe uh he doesn't have that many yellows. Maybe that's why not many yellows have been played because they just haven't been getting yellows off these draws. I mean, is still anything is possible. I think the fact that he has 17 cards might give him more of an idea of what Ghost could have. So that's probably what he's thinking about right now. Still 50 cards left. Um, so still kind of only halfway through the deck here.
Nick taking a long moment here to think about his next play.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, I would assume that he's gonna have to do. He's gonna. I don't know. The tough thing is there's not many +2s left, and I assume he doesn't have the +2s to play right now. So it kind of makes it harder for him to decide what to do. He almost has to take a risk here. The question is, what risk will he take? Maybe probably the safest one, going for the +4 into the blue, trying to see if he draws again. But Ghost finds the 7.
Wow. Lucky 7, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's possible that Nick had another. Let me see. Is there another blue 7 in there? Yeah, I could see Nick going for the double blue 7 play, but no, he actually didn't have it. But the switch into red actually going to work out as Ghost doesn't have red
Maybe
either.
trying to bait that switch. He was looking for that 7.
Very interesting. And now, yeah, look at that. The double red 2 going to guarantee that draw. Or almost guarantee it, depending on what he
Nick
got
now
for top
just
deck.
within 3. He was back at, it was like 21-4 at the start of
Yeah,
this
let's
run, and
see.
now here he comes. Ghost continuing
Pretty
to
much
draw.
even. Yeah, he's basically even the game out now as. Yeah. Wow. We're probably gonna see another red unless Nick is gonna switch into something else, but no, he's gonna keep it on the 5. Ghost finally finds a switch, but Nick now may be more comfortable knowing that he's back to the cards, to similar cards to him. So now he may not have to switch now, but we'll see. He's actually gonna go for the undercut.
Wow. Stop life 5. Ghost
Whoa.
out again.
And all of a sudden, Ghost is struggling to play cards.
All of a sudden, Nick is in the lead.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean,
He's made it light work here.
I think the thing here is Nick with those extra cards. Oh, okay. I was gonna say he gets back into yellow. He gets back into yellow. I mean, all those extra cards maybe helped Nick kind of figure out what plan he can come up with. Ghost with these draws, he's kind of has to bank on the top decks helping him out. But yeah, as we go, as finally Nick is not going to switch out of yellow, might help Ghost keep up here. The thing is, Nick now has the lead, so we'll have to see if Ghost can find something. Oh my God, we go back in the green.
Wow.
That's going to be a draw.
Wow.
This
just
number play
chips
from Nick
away
is working
closer
out
and
really
closer.
well. I feel like Nick has gotten really good at playing with a lot of numbers in his hand. You know, this is kind of the type of play style that you need to be on that like top level like KT. And I think he's starting to kind of figure that out as Ghost gets another switch into yellow. But the damage might have been done as Nick is only at 4 cards. However, if I mean, if he does draw on yellow, that could be the saving grace. But right now, he has not drawn yet, and Ghost actually doesn't have any. Oh no, these draws are not helping him right now.
Wow. Nick still able to play. He's down to 2. Ghost finds a 6, but
Oh,
Nick has the double finish and the comeback complete. Nick has even the series at 1 with a 21 card comeback. Double game
yeah,
one's time as well.
that was that was a ridiculous game. Like no wilds or +4s from Nick, but he manages to find. That's funny.
Nick,
He
you'd be
managed.
fine with a 4-1 lot, but like, tell me, like, what point in that thing after you got sent back there? At what point did you start to believe that you could, that it was in the cards for you to make that comeback victory?
Man, Yeah, no, because I think if Ghost got luckier draws, this could have been a whole different game. But pretty much everything that Nick was looking for, he got in the moments that he needed to take this game. That it was still crazy. Like those switches were crazy. Like some of those draws were kind of crazy though. Like it allowed Nick to kind of get to the end with only needing yellow in the end. Like I don't even know. Like it's hard to explain all that because part of it felt like Ghost trying to force Nick to draw when he wanted to, but then in the moments that he needed a switch, he didn't get it.
Yep. Well, Nick
Yeah, I mean,
evens it
it's
up.
1-1. It's early in the
Yeah, it's
series.
1-1 early in the series, but a big motivator for him. The rust might be knocked off at this point, making the icing him out constantly. He knew that he had the keys, so Ghost is going to go with a 12 pack here. Start off with a green 9, and Ghost with the 1 to open things up. 1-1 series now. See how Ghost does on his home side.
Yeah, still a lot to play for. A lot of game to be played. Nick gets rid of that other green 9, and Ghost gets rid of both green 1s. So kind of getting rid of the numbers that have already been played, and Nick is gonna just continue and both of them are only gonna let the green 9 and green 1s be played, as both are gonna have to draw. Maybe our first draw city of the series here.
We might be seeing this.
Okay, we
Definitely
go into yellow now.
just a weekend trip.
For sure. Curious where Nick's gonna go from here. He's just gonna continue the yellows. Yeah, just writing down the numbers here as per usual. It's a matter of figuring out who's gonna make that first big move. And they're taking their time. Ghost with a
Ahead by a
slight
pair.
lead.
By a pair. Make it a 2 to 3 here. And got the 0.
Okay,
Continues to roll.
it's an interesting play. We'll see if Nick can play off that, or maybe he'll have to draw because of the 0. We'll see. He can actually play off the 0 into red, which is interesting. Now, Ghost maybe not in favor of that play because sometimes you play that 0 so that it doesn't switch, but that might have been what he wanted Nick to think there. But mind games aside, we will be going into red here. +2 gonna actually. Let me see. It does put Nick in the lead actually. So
gives him the PA lead. Ghost we'll see if Ghost can continue to keep pace, and he will with an 8.
yeah, it seems like this game they're running down the numbers in a specific color, not trying to do some crazy light switching undercuts at the moment, just running it down in each color, which you almost feel like they're kind of just racing to find the finish first at that point. It's one of the more simpler games to play, but Ghost's gonna start off with start off the aggression here with a green wild. Very curious about this play. Because he wants Nick to draw, he's going to get it. And what on earth is happening?
That's alarm bells. If I'm Nick, the alarm bells are going off in my head right now.
Yeah, I mean, for Nick, does he have anything? I mean,
If he can force him to draw anything, that's the move now.
yeah. Switch out of yellow or some form of giving him ammo is really the only thing I could see to prevent Ghost from taking this one. But I mean, a play like this, I mean, for Ghost, you think he's got something planned. So he has kind of given it away that he has a plan, but we'll see if that is going to matter here or not. Oh wow, it might actually because of the +4. Keeps it yellow though, so we'll see if what will Ghost play as a result of this.
We figure that's the move there for Nick. That's alarm bells. If you
Yeah.
played 2 wilds in a row on purpose, and Ghost is gonna switch to green.
Oh my goodness!
Interesting.
We love. I mean, I know.
Does he
I know
need
it's
to
a
get back
pivot.
to yellow? Because Nick.
Oh.
Because this is the play for Nick now, Yoshi. Does Ghost need to get back to yellow to win the game? Nick can hold him hostage outside of it and be able to get the leverage to win.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I wonder. Like, the only thing I could think of for Ghost now is maybe he had ammo on yellow and was trying to chain into a different color, so he's fine switching out of yellow. But you could also be right. But the thing is, Nick is at 4, so he might have the potential finish coming up too if Ghost isn't careful. Oh wow! And he's actually going to prevent the win, any win that Ghost might have had, and power play to win this one. Unless he's yeah. That's
one power play in this series, and yeah, that's wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, wait, is there power play here? And I found that interesting. That's an interesting move. Okay.
Oh my god. So wow. Now that power play might not have been okay. Wow, that is an interesting hand. And
that's
I don't.
That's before the 2 wilds he played.
Yes. Now that makes me think that was almost a good because
I see. Okay.
right. Power play when you yeah, probably. It's this is very interesting. I wonder like given that the hand wasn't as strong as we probably thought it was, that power play may not have been as good as you would have initially thought, but in the end he did win the game off it and potentially stole the game off it.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a waste, but it's definitely not the hand we were expecting from Ghost for sure. But it's a good throw off technique though. I definitely like it, this is something that could come in handy in the future games for sure.
Would have switched. Okay, that's fair enough then. All right.
Right.
Yep. No 15 Ghost for game 4.
Wow. Ghost's gonna double
tier.
down.
Going 12.
I mean, I guess the idea here is, I mean, he would have won without power play with this card started. Why not now that Nick doesn't have it?
Good
Why not try it
confidence in
again?
himself. We'll see if he can get it done. Did see the first draw city of the series in this one, and then we'll also know Nick is listening right now, but another win will be his 100th career. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that as we, if and when that situation appears. I don't have his stats in front of me, unfortunately, so I can't read off the stats, but I'll.
Oh.
Cross the blue
Switching
now for
from
Nick.
Yeah. Let's see. interestingly enough, Ghost is yet to play a skip, but I feel like the cards have been kind of even. Let me see. Nick's had 1 extra +4. Ghost has had 2 extra wilds. And then, yeah, I mean, not much discrepancy so far. I feel like these players have gotten mostly numbers in this series with the mix of ammo. So it feels, yeah, definitely one of the more interesting series in that sense. But these color switches are crazy, man. I don't.
They're all over the place.
Oh, and goes with an instant switch to the red. Didn't even let the bot register the yellow too. That is the. I mean that is the fastest draw in the West. I mean I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
a magician never reveals his street. A magician never reveals his secrets.
that's so true.
But yeah, yeah, I mean, definitely a quicker game here. We'll see if it ends quickly too. But we get, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, how do you play the red 8 that fast? Nick with the blue 8 though. This could be, ooh, this could have determined the game. It's gonna
Oh my
determine Ghost's
goodness.
victory. Yeah, I mean,
2-2.
actually, well, okay. Race felt like a race to the finish there. Ghost
And
again,
what?
similar
Once
to game one.
again, nothing you can do
Yeah,
if you're Nick.
literally, yeah. The only like game one, his only out was if he went into yellow, but probably didn't have the yellow or won't.
Doesn't
There's
matter.
a lot that probably went wrong there.
No
Yeah,
yellow
had no
left.
yellow left,
Yep.
so it makes
Nothing
sense.
you can do there. Straightforward. Lots of back and forth switching, but ultimately Ghost had those +2s in the pocket. All right, 2-2. It's now a best of 3, and it's moving to game 5. Nick will have the call once again. No 14
I
or
just
12.
I
Right in
something
the
I
middle of
just
those two.
noticed. I think Ghost could have won a turn earlier because green +2, blue +2, red +2, red 8, right?
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah, sometimes you type so fast you don't even notice.
Yeah, he didn't. Oh, you're playing too fast. Ghost? No way. Ghost playing too fast? No. You're kidding. Anyway.
I mean, yeah, at least it didn't affect the outcome of the game for him,
Yeah, no, he still got it.
But all right, 13 cards. +2 start. Yeah. Yeah.
His response said it's cooler. It's cooler that way.
True, true, true.
we
Yeah,
must we must consider the aura.
save the +4 for the last card. Make sure you get to Uno with the +4 in hand.
Shout out LaPlante. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh my God. Someone should make that a Grimland event. You have to finish off a
Deadass.
+4
ALP
if you
Super
have a
Flex
plus.
Challenge.
If you have a +4, of course.
Yeah. It's like bonus. It's
Um,
a bonus points. Oopsie. It's a bonus points. Like the KT Classic where
yeah,
you have to finish on a blue wild for bonus points.
true. Let's see. So kind of a similar game, but Nick gets back into red here, and Ghost immediately goes back into green. The number efficiency on his end is really, or at least playing the same card twice in a row. I feel like Ghost likes to do that. You could tell, like, he just wants to play quick, and that's one of the easiest ways to play quick. Just play the same card twice. Double play. Ooh, there's Ditto. Haven't seen that. In a minute here.
Nope. Even Steven so far. Does Ghost,
Ooh.
though, gonna change that? Doesn't have anything on the green now. And
All
Nick's
right.
gonna play in. Gonna draw City.
Yeah, looking like an interesting draw city here. Unfortunately, ends quickly with the green 0, but will we continue it after the 0? Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Let's see, any... Yeah, no. There probably won't be a game, uh, another game happening during this stream because the next one is in 2 hours.
Indeed. Yeah, we got a midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific matchup between two Pacific time folks, Sanford and Bob Ross. Sanford in California, obviously, but Bob Ross in Western Canada.
The CA v the CAN.
Yeah, there you go. That will be the 7 versus 15 matchup in the token region. I wonder how Sanford handles the fact that he's part of a 7v15 matchup.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, looking into this game here, Ghost is back pretty far. I wonder what he has planned. I feel like if you get back like 15 plus cards, you're almost saving something, unless you're just getting ridiculously unlucky, which is possible.
Always possible. But here we go, red. Here we go, yellow, says Nick.
And there's the rainbow. I had a feeling.
There you go.
Oh my god. That is crazy. Okay, well, we'll see how long they can play here as they continue on the numbers,
Nice cold.
switching, well, not switching, keeping it in blue.
Ditto 4.
Okay.
Now yellow.
And there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, these high tier, well, while they're pretty high on card starts, it's nothing too crazy to see switches. Unless they switch literally every turn, which then, yeah, I don't know how they do that, but, oh, there might be a switch here from Ghost. Will he get the switch out of yellow with the reverses? Oh, he's got 2 yellow reverses. That's my card, actually.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, he's playing slow, which he can do because Nick doesn't have the power play anymore. But it's interesting, kind of not. We don't see this very often from Ghost.
It goes red. Still going.
Now
Now he's
I'm
even looking for a
starting to
possession
get.
arrow.
I'm
He's got it.
okay. I was starting to get scared. The way the slow typing, I was thinking, does he have some ridiculous finish
Dude,
somehow?
I would be like, I quit. I quit.
Yeah, yeah. But that actually helps Ghost take the lead, so it kind of works out. Nick gonna have to keep playing these numbers, not really able to catch up at least at the moment. Okay, this is big, but no, never mind.
Wow.
Nick gotta hope he's got something to play off that. I don't know if he's run out of red, but I feel like he wants Ghost to draw on yellow potentially. And here is the check
Ooh.
for that.
Ooh.
Oh my god, and Ghost with the
Ooh.
+2. Oh my god, okay.
Ghost is not afraid to throw cards at you. I mean, it's already burned him
Yeah,
once with the 20 with game 2, but jeezless.
it is true. I mean, sometimes it's, you know, I mean, not being afraid to bank on. I mean, it kind of, yeah, it's interesting because game two, Nick didn't get much ammo, so like it kind of worked, but obviously Nick was playing out of his mind.
Yeah,
We'll see if Nick, if assuming that happens again, Nick will have to find some magic again.
on a smaller
Um,
scale.
True, yeah, it's not as bad.
Not a
The
21, it's
thing,
12. Actually, flip the digits around.
I think, but what's more scary in this scenario is that Ghost is at 3, so he could potentially win in one more turn, depending on what he has left.
Why Nick is taking his moments here to figure out the right motions to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, using up a wild, then getting +6. To be fair, it's possible he got more wilds off of that +6, but you never know. It's something where you needing to use your ammo wisely, and um if you kind of use them in the wrong places, you may not get those cards again, and the bot may not be as nice to you. So we'll see. I mean, I'm sure Nick has options, which is why he's thinking.
Yeah,
But
he is considering what he
um,
needs.
yeah, this is an interesting situation. Actually, wait, was that 5? Oh wow, yeah. This is the another 5 was played after that chain of fives earlier too. So that is something Nick could keep in mind. Yeah,
+4
+4.
does it
I
again.
don't blame that.
Really considers that carefully with the +4s.
Hmm. Yeah, he definitely rather use them offensively, but
Oh.
forcing to use them defensively is definitely rough. But now Ghost might be trying to find Nick a stall for Nick. Yeah,
Trying to
that's
ice
not what
him
I meant
out.
to say.
Not gonna
Yeah,
happen
pretty
here.
much. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, you good.
Um, let's see. Oh, okay. Nick has to switch into green though. Could be helpful for him, but Ghost gonna play off it too. Yeah, let's see. Nick's just gonna have to play with what he's got at this point. I feel like he's just trying to run it down and hope that Ghost draws. Unless he can build a run with 7 cards left here. Okay, he has to
Ooh.
switch into blue with the reverses. Now this is interesting. Ghost back at 3. Not gonna have the blue. So maybe he ran out of ammo after the +6. Does Nick have the cards to play on blue, or is that just kind of a stall kind of play here? Well, you might have the finish. No,
Oh,
he's
he
got a check
got a
though.
check. Triple down.
Yeah, that's
Ghost at
not sure what
4.
Ghost
It's
can
in. It's
do.
yellow now. That could be. I mean, Ghost switched right out of
Oh
it
boy.
before, and he showed why. And another
Oh
wild on the
yeah.
back end, and Nick goes up 3-2, and that is win 100.
Oh. That was intense. I That triple play did make me think that a wild was potentially left in his hand, and yeah, and just as before Ghost could play, could draw +4. There's nothing you could do.
Nothing he could
Yeah, that would
do.
have
And
been.
before we, yeah,
Yeah.
before we move on, I, yeah, and shout out Cody Smart with that coming in with the hot with that 100. Um, yeah, that was 100 wins. But I'll hit the stats if you can send those over. But Nick, just your thoughts on this one. Thoughts on 100 career wins. Obviously, you've come a long way since you started in it. We talked about tonight being we talked about how this game against Ghost is kind of a full circle moment. And I mean, the far cry from where you were in 2024. You've really come into your own since then. Just your thoughts on this achievement for your career here in the league, and really, what does it mean to have that happen in this kind of match? Again, what is very much full circle for you against the first opponent you played in this league. Now, while he's typing, I do have the stats. Thank you to Cody Smart for that. 16 and 11 career series record, looking for 17 tonight. He'll have it with one more win. He's made 2 Final Fours, 2 Elite Eights, looking for a 4th Sweet 16 as well. Now 100 wins and 72 losses. Career overall, including Super League, is now 119 and 94, around 58% winning percentage and average starting seed 22.58 and average finish of 23.64. And Nick, it means a lot to me to have this milestone come up against Ghost, that's for sure. Again, a really full circle moment against a tough as hell opponent. Grateful that I've had the success I've had over the past few years, and looking forward to continuing to get out there on the table. Here's to the next 100 wins. Yoshi, your thoughts on this milestone here for Nick? Obviously, I kind of said that in the lead up to asking about this. I mean, it took him a minute to really gain his footing and really start to become the player he is today, and it's a real full circle moment for him against Ghost.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So his regression has been kind of nuts. Like I feel like it hasn't been as quick as like Ashley or some of like the really big players out there, but I feel like he's been able to. The way he plays is just so it's so threatening. Like I feel like he's confident in himself, and he's pretty good at under knowing when he can win in certain scenarios, and how he can win. And I feel like you always gotta watch out for Nick. Like you can feel if you could have beaten him the last 5 times you've played, but you can never count him out. Like he's just one of those players who will like he will once he gets a read on you, he's gonna go full throttle and he's not gonna hold back. It's a very it's very it's very interesting just seeing the way he plays and like why he's become so successful. I feel like um you gotta think about um you gotta think at some point he's gonna like get some bigger milestones more than I mean obviously he got that March Madness win last year, but we know that he wants a Super League victory, so it's definitely he's definitely in the cards for that, at least the way that I've seen him play so far. I look forward to seeing what he does this season. But yeah, I mean, don't want to ramble too much.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what he wants for Game 6. It'll be back to business now, as Ghost will have the next call. No 12 or 15 for a big game 6. He's looking to stave off elimination. He's going to stay high with the 14.
This is a very interesting strategy from Ghost. He's been running back these card starts that he's lost on. Like, I don't know if I've seen people do this before. Um, like he won on like I get it because he won on 12 after the run back, so now he's like, oh, at 14 I lost that in game 2. Let's try that. Let's try that as well. Let's just cover all bases here. Um, yeah, but in the end, Nick may have or Ghost may have dropped that 5th game, but what helps him is that he does have power play, so he could bring it to game 7.
Frosty Yellow.
He could bring it to game 7 if he uses it to win. But I think we all know that he wants to save it to the end. So we'll see what happens here. As we go into the yellow. Okay. Ghost with the double yellow 4.
Nick with the 1 in response. Ghost still right behind at the 6, not slowing down. Nick looking to try and win the series, make his 4th round of 16, and pick up win number 17 in his career, and win number 6 just on this year.
I'm actually kind of surprised it took this long for Nick to get 100 wins. I feel like he's been winning a lot, but maybe that's because he joined later than I did. Oh, what a play from Ghost. Okay, that is a incredibly fast quad.
It all started with that March run. He had never made it out of round 2 until that point. And
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
4th Sweet 16. Double check that. Yeah, 4th Sweet 16. So if you count Super League as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. First one was that March win. Was his first Sweet 16.
no, nice. Sometimes it's that, oh, yeah, fair enough. Honestly, like, you kind of get intimidated by that insanely quick run. You don't want Ghost to keep running away with that, but he's
Oh
gonna go
my.
back in the blue.
Jeez.
Might be trying to catch Nick sleeping on blue. And yeah, he might be, but he does have an answer on the 5. So not gonna make it easy for Ghost to get back in the blue.
Another thing, Nick has only lost once in round 1. Crossed to green.
Oh my
Don't know if you
goodness,
hit
and
that.
that is another rainbow. Okay, I think these two are locked in. Double play from Ghost, trying to keep the lead going here. And Nick goes for the switch into red. Yeah, we saw him wanting to go into red earlier. We'll see if Ghost lets him have it this time. Going to in the red 6. Nick has slowed down. Thinking about potentially something here. Oh, that's the game right there. Ghost
Oh
not ready to
man.
pull the trigger on the power play.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I was starting to sense that, and if there was anyone who could have stopped that, it was Ghost, but unfortunately, he didn't see it.
Goodness.
Yeah, that was a
Nick,
big run.
yeah,
That was
can't
a big
play that
run.
with
Like,
that. Yeah, can't mess around. Yeah, but Nick, your thoughts on this win? Yeah, I mean, again, full circling 2-0 now against Ghost all time. Um, but your thoughts on this win, thoughts on this night, and being able to not finally get back on the table after so long away. And Ghost, your thoughts? Obviously, a tough loss tonight, but you'll still have one more game to play to be determined. It would be a loser between a game tomorrow between Lamas and Caesar. Your thoughts on this one tonight? Hard fought, even if it was a 4-2 in the end. He definitely were giving him plenty of fits all night.
might have to help out with some of these write-ups or not write-ups, the these like the rule messages because I haven't seen a few of them.
Life is hard
But
sometimes.
no, I understand. I feel like I've been kind of slacking in
True.
this league for a little bit.
It happens.
Um,
Your final
I mean,
thoughts,
this is a good
Yoshi.
series.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I was kind of already saying it. Yeah,
yeah, go
this
ahead.
is a good series. Like, uh, I feel like most of the games it definitely could have went either way. Nick winning that game too, I feel like really helped him. Like he 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 felt like he felt like on top of the world after that. Um, and I knew it was going to be a hard fought battle after that, but you know, you being able to use that power play in game three really helped him as well, keeping that momentum. Uh, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Nick's is just feeling like one of those players who not many people are going to be able to beat in this league at this point. Like, I don't know. He's got this play style and he's got this momentum that you know I could see him making another run here. I mean, he made the final four last tournament, so I mean he will be playing Llamas or Caesar, which either way that's going to be kind of crazy. Um, and I'm sure either player will be ready for Nick, but yeah, I mean Nick's just been on point, man. He's been playing all the games that he's been able to win. He did like yeah. I mean, very interested to see if he can keep this going. You know, I mean, like this is definitely one of the better tournaments for one of the better seasons that we've seen so far. And I mean, he's looking projected to make Super League for sure. But for Ghost, I mean, you at least lost to the one seed. Um, it's something where yeah, he definitely had opportunities to potentially win this series he may have to that may frustrate him, but it's not the I mean, he's getting some wins on the board. He beat Avion in the last round. He's not going to go without a win in this tournament, and he's taking this as a experience. Is probably the best thing you can do. Seeing what he did that to take advantage of your playstyle and trying and adapting. Probably your thought process going into the rest of this season. Um, yeah, I mean, Ghost put up a good fight though. Like he could definitely make a run in the future tournament, and it would not surprise me. And yeah, I mean, still a lot of this round to go. This is definitely just the tip of the iceberg for this tournament here as we continue on in the arcade.
No doubt about it. Final quotes from these guys. Nick was a really nice series. Happy to have picked up the dub and the accolade on the way. Ghost gave me a hell of a battle, and I'm looking forward to continue to do great things in the league. Looking forward to whoever between Lamas and Caesar in the Sweet 16. GG's to Ghost. Ghost saying, tough loss. I felt like I put up a good showing, but Nick's number control this match was straight up unreal. Making a 21 card comeback, forcing my draws, and making me feel like a marionette. It was just an incredible display of skill. I was really hoping to put him off with fast plays and tricky moves, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. I think this has been a really good lesson for me, and I'm going to try and see if I can improve my plays going into the next tournament. GG to Nick, and Ghost, you will have one more game in this tournament, I should note. You'll find out. But, anywho, that is going to just about wrap it up for us here tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining us. And so again, Nick will move on. The top seed in the ticket region will face off against either Lamas or Caesar. You'll see them streaming with Seth Cole tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern time, so make sure you tap in for that one. But for my partner Yoshi and for the ref Daniel Boyles and everyone who joined us on Discord and on YouTube, I am not short saying so long from the ticket region. We'll see you again tomorrow to see who Nick will play and who Ghost will play in the next round of Arcade April. Take care for now.
This has been a presentation of MRE UNO Division 1.